everyone, welcome back to Whiskey Racing. First and foremost, Happy New Year to you. It's January 1st. Hope you all had a safe New Year's Eve. Made good decisions. Now you're making poor decisions, and that's how you ended up on my subpar YouTube channel. But thanks for tuning in as always. Figured I'd start the New Year's off with a little video, just kind of a channel update, because I've been lazy and haven't made any videos lately. And part of that's me being tired and working 16 hours a day. And part of that's just, I have horrible luck. I did try making a video the other week and nothing went like it was supposed to with the repair, so here we are. But we're gonna go over to the shop. We'll talk about some of the cars there, talk about the 70, because we're gonna get started on that. I think it's time to put everything away. I've been putting off tearing that down a little bit just because, at least for Central PA, it's been sort of nice. It hasn't snowed yet, but it's like 39 and rainy, and there's some of that snow in the forecast coming. So I think it's time to put it down so it's ready for spring. All right, so we're at the shopper. Might as well start talking about the X5. This is the one that's been giving me trouble. Battery was dead in it, put a new battery in it. Went to register the battery in it, and I got a DME error code, which usually means the ECU's messed up. I got to check some wiring on it, check the connectors, because I was in there when I was I had to take it apart, put cam sensors in it, but I'm wondering if the cam sensor, oxygen sensor stuff isn't stemming from that DME code. But we're going to see if it starts today. Like I said, I couldn't register the battery, and I don't know if the other battery tested bad, even though it was a new battery. So maybe I had a bad battery, or maybe there's a parasitic draw on it. So that's kind of where we're at with this thing. We got lights. That's a plus. Oh, it knows the key's in. See if she starts. Well, that's a positive. It's not dead, so I guess there's no parasitic drain. I still got to figure out what's going on with the errors on it, but I guess that's a step in the right direction. Eddie Vedder. This one will take 2 seconds. It runs, it drives, doesn't need, it needs shocks, it needs bushings, the same thing that's needed for the last 3.5 years since I've owned it. I'll get to it one day. It's kind of my childhood dream car. I always wanted a C5Z, so I don't think that one's going anywhere. I would like to put headers on it, exhaust, make some noise with it, but it's just a fun driver. There's the 95 Firebird we've had here for a while. I know a lot of you guys enjoyed the videos in this. I enjoyed this. I just need to do something with this. You know, if you've watched any of the videos, I said I'm not buying anything unless I get a deal on it. I just haven't been finding the deals on it. I mean, when guys want $350 for an LS1 intake, I'm not biting on it. But there is stuff I can have done on it. Like I have an LSK member for it, that could go in. I have an LS, that can go in. I have a trans, that can get bolted up. I can start test fitting stuff, but I don't. You know, I need to do the Freiburger motto of don't get it right, get it running, because you know, an 11-second turbo LS is better than a 9-second turbo LS that doesn't run because it's not really a 9-second LS, just because it should be. But, so yeah, I just need to do something with this. Like, I'm worried about, you know, putting a bigger, just throw a turbo on it and have some fun. So I do need to do that. The interior's ripped out of it. I'm redoing that at home. I'm going to make it black and white, kind of like an anniversary car. It is sitting on the skinnies now. And it's got a blue wheel on the back, which I think look kind of cool. Funny story, I did have a bunch of stuff stacked up on it, and I moved it over here, and I literally dropped the dash pad and it shattered in 8 billion pieces. It wasn't like 3, now it's in like 33. While we're here, we might as well talk about this shelf behind me. It's an 05 SRT4. I was wanting one of them since they were new. I got one, I've had the car since like 2015, so almost 9 years now. It did go 12, low 12s, 1221, 1222, I think. Stock turbo, 85. I was planning on going big turbo, build the motor, all that, and just life happened. It was just kind of a bad situation. I had stored with a friend of a friend's, and it just went sideways, which is kind of how I ended up here, just because I just wanted my own place to keep my stuff. So anyway, I lost the drivetrain through that whole ordeal, and part of me just wants to be like, just get rid of it. Part of me wants to put it back together, just be like, haha, you like ripped me off, you know, got rid of my stuff. But yeah, car's done, joke's on you. But I've got too many irons in the fire, so I don't know what I'm doing with this. Got to make a mind up. If you want a pretty clean roller, let me know. It's here. All right, I got the 70 Challenger behind me here. This is going to be focusing most of my time and efforts on here coming up. Let's talk about what I want to do to this one. All right, under the hood here, I guess we'll start in the front and work our way back. Do want to flush the cooling system on it. I haven't done that yet. I may add an external trans cooler. It just makes me nervous. I know OEM, that's how cars have it through the radiator, but if something breaks and you start running coolant through your trans, that's not a good thing. And then I want to do something with the fan shroud here. This was the shroud on the radiator that was in the car. When Jim purchased it off her dad, he put the aluminum in. I just want to clean this up a little bit. I might put an aluminum shroud on it. Coming in here is kind of where my focus is. It's kind of a little bit of a mess through here. So this is an AC bracket. It works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how her dad did it. I'm guessing the motor he originally pulled out of a junkyard had an AC bracket. He made it work for the alternator. We're just going to put a typical alternator bracket on it, move the alternator down a bit, and then clean this up like with the fuel line here. And the way the heater hoses are routed, it just kind of makes it a pain getting some of these plug wires. So we're going to route the heater hoses a little different, change them. They're still 20-some-year-old heater hoses. Put an alternator bracket on it, and it should clean up this corner of the bay rather nicely. Something else I noticed, this little pet peeve of mine in the six-pack, it's rubbing the hood right there. And I think what that is her dad put these on, I guess, to stiffen up the front end maybe. I'm not even sure, but the back of the air cleaner, he never ran a factory style air cleaner. When you run the factory style cleaner, it hits there and it doesn't go down far enough. So we're gonna probably take those off. So of course, under the air cleaner, we have the six-pack setup. This needs gone through. Might rebuild them. First stand on it, it kind of dumps some fuel, stutters a bit, and then clears right up. And it pulls hard, runs good, but it still needs a little bit of adjustment in there. So I might do that, and just for aesthetics, pull it off, rebuild them, clean the intake up, paint it, and I'll throw a new valley pan on it too. See a little bit of oil there. This valve cover leaks oil, so I'm gonna throw some valve cover gaskets on it. I don't think I'm gonna change the covers. Maybe I'll just put new chrome ones on. As far as leaks go, it does leak some trans fluid. Hoping it's just like the dipstick O-ring, maybe the pan, I don't know. I know a lot of people say you think it's the pan, but it's not. But I'll throw a new pan, throw a new gasket, and change the filter while I'm in there. This is the main area of concern that definitely needs change. You can see the old Coke can patch there on the headers. If you get down by the collector, there's some holes rusted in them. I don't think these headers have been off the car since the 90s. This engine's never been out since her dad put it in. So it's time for some new headers. I know TTI ceramics are the way to go. Tell my wallet that. I'm not quite sure what we're doing with headers yet, but we'll get that figured out. And then the exhaust has a couple holes in it. It's out the back now. We may put some side exit on it just because that's kind of cool. And as a nod to how my parents had exhaust in their Mopars. My dad had a six-pack Cuda and my mom had a Dart with a 440, and they both came out before the tire. All right, everyone, so I think that's going to about do it. We'll have a Durango video coming up soon. That's just me ranting about it. A little damage to the front bumper. I had to have the stripe redone, but we'll get into that more once that settles. My insurance team, Competent Body Shop. As always, thanks for tuning in. We're going to be working on this here a little bit. Get this ready for spring. Get the Beamer done. That car's kind of like that crazy German girlfriend you had in college where you knew you should dump her, but you didn't. You kept her around because when it was good, it was really good, and you overlook all the bad stuff, but yeah, it might be time to dump her. So we get this done, get that done. We'll get back on the Firebird, get the LS off the stand. Somewhere there's an LS on the stand over there. We'll get that in the car. Figure out what I'm doing with the SRT4 and just kind of try to enjoy the cars, get out to the track more. I do have a couple videos to post from last year that I never made it up from when we went to the track. I want to try to get this to the track. I just want to hit 100 mile an hour with it. I don't want to beat on it too much, but it was built to race back in the day, so it would be cool to at least get it back and make some passes with the red eye against this. But anyway, as always, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and so you can stay informed when we post some stuff coming up here in 2024. Hope this is a happy and healthy, prosperous year for you, and maybe I'll see you at the drag strip in a couple months. Later.